And here's my quick and dirty review, trying to be quick, but I feel this review is going to be a long review, but trying to do just a rough review of the movie Suicide Squad by David Ayer. And I just watched it tonight. And you know what? I wasn't really expecting too much, but I was kind of a little bit hoping that this movie would be would be better than Batman versus Superman. But I didn't think it was gonna suck that bad, but it did. So major spoilers ahead. Bring out the popcorn. If you want to be spoiled, go watch another one of my videos. But if you want to know what I think about the movie, go ahead and watch. You are warned, okay? It's not like which one's worse, Batman versus Superman. This one, they're both bad. It's like choosing between bitter gourd and pig entrails or pig liver, something like that. They're both bad. It's the problem I have with it. The critics say that the problem with the movie is the storytelling. To me, the storytelling was okay. It wasn't great, but it was okay. I could totally get it. All the flashbacks, all the story, current time going back and forth. That's okay. I'm kind of used to that. The critics, I think, were too harsh on that. I think the main problem is the story itself, is the writing. The writing and the story, they are terrible. This is the reason I stopped reading DC comic books. Now, if you're a DC fan, you know what? Don't just dismiss that I'm just hating it because I'm a Marvel fan, okay? You give me a shot, okay? Watch the first 5 minutes of this video and you let me know if I'm, if I'm saying something totally unfair. But the writing sucked big time with this movie. The story was just at certain points just incredible, and I was like, okay, fine, it's a superhero movie, but you gotta do more than that. And I think David Ayer should have stuck with directing. I thought his directing was okay. It wasn't terrible like what the critics were saying, but he should have gotten another writer. And well, I have these two because these were the only two heroes that made cameo appearances, and I don't have Suicide Squad figures, comic versions, or the current ones that have not come out in retail stores. So the movie is all about bad guys trying to do good. They were brought together by the government. The U.S. government brought together bad guys to do black ops stuff, and so if they die, great. If they don't die, great. So it's a win-win for the government to use convicts to do their bidding. And these guys are really talented people, and they put him on a leash until one of those that they recruit goes bad and starts causing the major trouble. So in this movie, what I thought was really ridiculous was the whole trouble in the movie was brought on by forming the squad. They formed the squad. Enchantress was one of the first recruits. She just blows up and tries to take over the world. And Waylon, the person in charge of the team, doesn't even realize or acknowledge that if you didn't form the team, then there'd be no Enchantress to begin with. There'd be no trouble. They didn't have to do the Suicide Squad, which is ridiculous. For a movie to work, you have to have something like Darkseid or like Batman versus Superman. It was what's his name, Doomsday or something, Lex Luthor or something diabolical to begin with. That will be the impetus for you to form a Suicide Squad, instead of just thinking, oh, maybe Superman might attack us, or maybe the next Superman might attack us and snatch the president from the White House. What do? It's an okay motivation, but I think a stronger motivation for a story like this could be like, oh, we've just discovered an alien threat and it's coming there. I mean, that's what most DC comic books are. There's always something cosmic. It's like a galactic threat or something like that, like an enemy of Green Lantern is coming or something like that. I would have appreciated that, but this one, they try to form it in the hopes that maybe the next Superman would be bad. Okay, so we form it and one of them goes bad and turns out to be the bad guy in the movie, and then we have to stop it. Oh my goodness, everything's so wrong about that plot. It's okay. It seems like they were just forcing the Suicide Squad movie. I don't know if that's what really happened in the comic books. I don't read the comic books, so sorry, my bad. But don't judge me. I'm just judging the movie based on how I saw it. Okay, so they formed an Enchantress. The spirit tries to get off of her leash. She unleashes her brother, and together they take over the city. And obviously, the Suicide Squad, through all that drama and convincing, they decide to stop it. After much havoc has been caused, they end up beating them. And it was so stupid. It felt like these guys are so powerful. They're interdimensional demons, extra dimensional demons, and it was so easy to kill them. Like the brother was like badass. It's like he was like Venom, or like he had tentacles. He could kill, he could absorb anything, and then just a simple stupid bomb kills him. He's like a demon, for crying out loud. There should have been some magical voodoo or something like that to kill him off. Enchantress, okay, I get it. You slice off her heart, she died. You get to kill her, okay, but I thought it was a little bit too easy. And that whole fight scene, I'm jumping. That fight scene in the end, oh my goodness, I can already see a Hishi video just doing it. Like the Enchantress fights them man to man. Well, it's a way of distracting them from her weapon, destroying the assets of North America, and she just fights them. And then at the end of it, she just gets pissed off and she deals away with their weapons in 1 second. I was like, why did you do that in the first place? It's so stupid. I'm sorry, okay? I'm sorry for all you DC fans who love the movie. It's just, oh, it's so frustrating. The main thing I have with this movie is I'm at the point, you get to a point where you want to root for this movie. You're slowly enjoying it, and then out comes a scene that makes you hate it. It's a pathetic scene that's totally ruins the whole enjoyment, and you just hate the movie again. Then when another scene comes and you try to appreciate the movie, oh my god, this movie's gonna be great, and then another crappy scene comes along, and oh, it's like it's so frustrating to appreciate it. uh I honestly thought the whole literature of Suicide Squad, it could have been great. They had so much source material, but they ruined it through poor execution, poor writing, and poor story wise. Um, some bright spots in the movie. Robbie, Margot Robbie, fantastic as Harley Quinn. They should let her go do the Harley Quinn movie, fund it, write it, get her own writers. She can act in it, direct in it. She'd be great. I think she'd do a great movie. But in this movie, it's great that she's in the character of Harley, but there were several scenes that instead of Harley's supposed to be crazy, but there are some scenes that she just sounded dumb, and she's that's not how she is. She should, those scenes she was supposed to be portrayed as something off, kooky, and crazy, but when as the scene progresses with her trying to be kooky, she comes across as somebody who's just dumb, and that's not Harley. Deadshot. Oh, okay. Here we go. Deadshot. Great performance by Will Smith. Academy Award winning. Maybe not, but he had crap material to work with, and that was it. And if Batman versus Superman had that Martha scene, for those of you who've seen the movie, the scene here is letters from your daughter. You had letters from my daughter all this time? Okay, I'm gonna help you. I was like the only one laughing in the theater. It was so funny. It was so hilarious. That was the only thing that, oh, you like, if you gave me letters from my daughter I haven't seen in a long time, I'd like, go screw this. I'm just gonna read this, and you take care of your own battles. If he really was such that bad of a person, he was being portrayed like a bad guy, and oh my god, that was the Martha incident for me. And the material, there's so much material and potential with the characters that you get to see. I was kind of hoping that the story would develop that they're bad guys, but there is some good in them, and that the catharsis from the audience was like, you want to root for these guys. You want to take their side, even though they're bad guys. They're the people that you love to hate, you hate to love. They're like, oh, come on, we can do this. You want to be on their side. But then as the story progresses, you just get annoyed with each of them. It just, Harley Quinn was okay. Then she says something dumb that they're trying to make her sound crazy. It kind of works but doesn't. Deadshot was like he's being badass. I love the way how badass is. That they could make a movie. Will Smith should just ask permission from Warner Brothers, make his own movie of Deadshot, get writers. He should direct it. He'd be great. Badass. I love it. Okay. But there's moments where the drama was so much forced, and writing. Will Smith and Margot Robbie were the only bright spots. They were the least annoying. Everybody else was bloody annoying. Katana was okay, but I thought she was underutilized. There was so much drama in her, but she was just used as a thug. Rick Flag, God, the most pathetic character out there. The character of Viola Davis, Waylon. Oh my God, she was badass. But then there were a lot of scenes that were so useless. I mean, she says a lot of useless things. There's so many things that she was trying to prove that she was badass when the audience clearly knows she already is badass. And she tries to prove it some more and it just doesn't work. It just feels useless. Everybody else on the squad, well, Diablo I thought was pretty good. I wanted to see more of him. But what does the movie do? What does Ayer do? He kills Diablo. Fine, he was like the sacrificial lamb because he was the only one who could beat the brother, suck him in, and that stupid bomb kills him. But he dies? Come on. One of the few good characters and they kill him off. They should have killed Boomerang. Boomerang was so useless. Jai Courtney was so annoying. I think he was totally miscast for that. Annoying Captain Boomerang. Should have been killed off. Croc was trying to be badass, but he was all drama. It was all, attitude and all that, but he didn't really do anything. The lizard in Spider-Man was more badass. He swam. Okay, the Killer Croc swam. That's his badass move. Ugh. Who else? And that's about it, I think, for the Suicide Squad. Is there anything anybody? Oh, Enchantress. Yeah. Enchantress, I thought was pretty nice. She was pretty badass. Cara Delevingne did a marvelous job with her. I just thought that, well, okay, fine. That's how you kill her. Cut off her heart, and it's just frustrating. The movie was bordering on frustrating, annoying, and could have been more. I think I'm more frustrated because I honestly believe, I was convinced at the beginning of the movie they were introducing each and every one of the characters. Those flashbacks, I didn't mind that at all. I was, this could be something. I was like on my seat. I was like, I could be wrong. This could be the first DC movie after Nolan's Batman that, hey, I'm probably gonna do a good review on it and I'm gonna go, it's good. But as the movie progressed, they ruin it. Ayer ruins it. And just poor execution of the material. They had great material. I can't believe I'm saying this, but the DC background on the Suicide Squad, without really knowing much about the comic book, I actually thought it could work. But alas, it just poorly executed. And you know what? They even put Ben Affleck. They put these guys, Cameos. He was the one who brought in Harley. They showed the backstory, how he brought in Harley and Deadshot. They didn't even need to show Affleck. I think they had to put Affleck just to save the movie or something like that. But in even the scenes with Batman, it felt like it was somebody trying to be Batman. I expected more precision, more intimidation, instead of just, you're going down, I'm Batman. It was clearly unpolished and trying to be Batman. The Flash, he had a cameo, brought in Captain Boomerang, and it was like, it works for the TV, that Barry Allen in the TV series Flash, that was great. But here it feels like he has electric powers. He moves fast, but he was like, what? That was a Flash? It was like, what happened? Can you just get the TV Flash and just put it there? It would work. The new Flash just was weird. It's like he's electricity, and it just didn't work for me. Anyway, bottom line is, this movie could have been great. There was great source material. There was a makings of a great movie. I thought personally, I didn't buy that whole Suicide Squad thing, but the first few minutes convinced me of it, and then the rest of the 90 minutes or so just really was bordering on unbearable and annoying and frustrating. And the movie, I think they should just do a redo, a makeover of this, just a redo, and just come off from this, do a sequel, and just pretend nothing happened, and just Suicide Squad going off on another mission. The movie is going to get and I'm being kind, 4 out of 10 for me, and that's pretty low because I grade mine like 10 is an A, 9 is a B, C is a B is a C, 8 is a C, 7 is a D. So if you get a 7 out of 10 for me, and that means you just barely made the cut. My grading, I haven't explained it, but my grading system is just like in school. So 10 is an A, and 9.5 is a B plus, and so on and so forth. So a 4, whoa, really bad. So there you go, folks. That's my dirty, rough, not so quick review of the movie, the new movie, 2016 August, Suicide Squad by David Ayer. Thanks for watching.